Chosen one, there's a lot going on around you right now, so intense people are asking whose furious ex would risk everything just to control you. This isn't curiosity, it's obsession exposed. The moment you woke up, the grip snapped, and the person who relied on control lost their anchor. You're entering a season of authority, while their obsession collapses fast now. They weren't just manipulating you emotionally, they were paying practitioners to do spiritual work to keep you bound to them. We're talking love spells, binding spells, confusion spells designed to make you think you couldn't live without them. Some of you, they were doing even darker work than that. They were trying to affect your finances so you'd be dependent on them. They were trying to block other people from seeing your value so nobody else would want you. This person studied you like a science project. They learned your triggers, your weaknesses, your desires. Then they crafted this perfect illusion to match exactly what you were looking for. You thought you met your soulmate. You thought you found your divine counterpart. But what you really found was a manipulator who knew how to mirror everything you wanted to see. They presented themselves as your perfect match because they were literally using magic to appear that way to you. While they were doing all this spiritual work to bind you to them, they were also doing work to keep you confused and small. They needed you attached, but they also needed you controllable, so they were attacking your confidence, your clarity, your connection to your own intuition. Every time you tried to leave, the spell pulled you back. Every time you started seeing through them, the confusion would cloud your mind again. This went on for months, maybe years, but recently something changed that they didn't plan for. You encountered someone or something that carried stronger light than their darkness. Maybe it was a person who entered your life with pure intentions and healing energy. Maybe it was a spiritual awakening you experienced. Maybe you started praying or meditating or connecting with your ancestors. Whatever it was, it started breaking the hold they had on you, and the more you healed, the weaker their control became. Now they're back at these practitioners, throwing more money at the problem. Do it again, make it stronger, bind them tighter. But these spiritual workers are looking at them like they're crazy. Some are refusing to take their money. Why? Because they can see what this person can't see. They can see that you're under divine protection now. They can see that you've aligned with something bigger than any magic they can do. They can see that this person is fighting against the universe itself, and that's a fight nobody wins. So this person is getting desperate. The practitioners won't help. The magic isn't working, you're pulling away, and they're starting to realize they might actually lose you for good. That realization is pushing them into dangerous territory. When someone has invested this much in controlling you, and it all starts falling apart, they don't just accept it and move on. They escalate. They get reckless. They start considering options they wouldn't have considered before. Every curse they tried to put on you is boomeranging back onto them right now. Every bit of darkness they sent your way is returning to them multiplied. They're about to experience exactly what they tried to make you experience. The universe is correcting what was out of balance. Justice is coming for them. And you don't have to do a single thing to make it happen. You just have to keep walking forward and let karma do its work. This isn't just someone being possessive or jealous. This person has been trying to stop a divine union from happening. They've been trying to prevent you from connecting with someone you're actually meant to be with. Someone who's going to help you step into your real purpose. Someone who's going to build with you. Someone who's going to love you the way you deserve to be loved. And the person who was controlling you knows that if you connect with this divine counterpart, it's completely over for them. There's someone either already in your life or about to enter your life who carries completely different energy than what you're used to. When you're around this person, you feel lighter, clearer, more like yourself. You can breathe deeper. You can think straighter. This person doesn't make you feel confused or anxious or drained. They make you feel seen and valued and celebrated, and that contrast is waking you up to how toxic your situation really was. Your ex can sense this person's presence in your life even if you haven't told them about it. They can feel that you're comparing them to someone else and coming up short. They can tell that you're experiencing what real love feels like and realizing what you had before wasn't love at all. And it's driving them absolutely insane, because they know that the more time you spend around this new energy, the less likely you are to ever come back to them. So they're trying to interfere. They're trying to plant seeds of doubt about this new person. They might be spreading lies about you to damage your reputation so this new person won't want you. They might be trying to contact this new person directly to create drama. They might be doing spiritual work to try to break up what's forming between you. They're throwing everything at this connection because they know it's a threat to their control. This connection you're forming is divinely orchestrated. It's not random. You were meant to meet this person at this exact time. The universe has been preparing both of you for this union, and no amount of dark magic or manipulation can stop what the divine has put together. Your ex can scheme all they want. They can plot and plan and pay practitioners. None of it is going to work because they're fighting against destiny itself. And when you finally come together with this person, when you step into that divine union, you're going to create something powerful. This isn't just about romance or companionship. This is about two people coming together who are meant to build something significant. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a ministry. Maybe it's art or content that reaches millions. Whatever it is, it's going to have impact. It's going to shift energy. It's going to threaten the kingdom of darkness. That's why the enemy fought so hard to keep you away from it. Your ex wasn't just trying to keep you for themselves. They were trying to prevent you from fulfilling your purpose. They were trying to stop you from stepping into your power. They were trying to delay the impact you're meant to make. They became the obstacle between you and your destiny. But you're moving past that obstacle now. You're breaking through. You're connecting with the right energy, and there's nothing they can do to stop what's coming. If this touched your heart and mind, hype this video so more chosen ones can receive this message. They are not okay. I'm not exaggerating when I say they're having a complete breakdown over you. This is someone who built their entire sense of power and control around keeping you trapped. And now that you're free, they don't know who they are anymore. This person is having conversations with themselves about you. They're rehearsing what they would say if they saw you. They're planning scenarios in their head where you come back begging. They're imagining confrontations where they finally make you understand how much you hurt them by leaving. This is the level of mental instability you're dealing with. They've created an entire alternate reality in their mind where they're the victim and you're the villain. They're also reaching out to spiritual workers who don't even know the full story. They're telling these practitioners that you're under some kind of attack and they need to protect you. They're framing themselves as your savior when really they're your captor. Some of these workers are catching on and refusing to participate, but others are taking their money and doing work that's only making things worse for them. Because you can't force love. You can't bind someone who's been divinely released. They're keeping tabs on everyone connected to you, your friends, your co-workers, people you went to school with. They're watching to see who you interact with online. They're noting who likes your posts and who comments. They're building this mental database of everyone in your orbit because they're trying to figure out who the new person is. They're convinced someone else is the reason you left. They can't accept that you simply chose yourself. And when they think they've identified this new person, watch what happens. They'll try to investigate them. They'll look through that person's entire social media history. They'll try to find dirt. They'll try to find reasons to convince you that this new connection is bad for you. Some of them are even creating fake accounts to try to befriend this new person and gather information. This is not normal behavior. This is obsession that has crossed into dangerous territory. They're losing sleep over you. They're lying awake at night, replaying every conversation, every interaction, trying to figure out where they lost control. They're obsessively checking your social media from multiple fake accounts. They're scrolling through your pictures, trying to see if there's someone new. They're analyzing your posts, looking for clues about what you're doing and who you're with. They're driving themselves crazy, trying to maintain surveillance on a life you're no longer letting them be part of. And every time they see you looking happy, every time they see you smiling, every time they see evidence that you're thriving without them, it destroys them. Because in their mind, you were supposed to be broken without them, you were supposed to be lost without them, you were supposed to come crawling back, begging for another chance. That was the script in their head. But you're not following their script. You're writing your own story now, and they can't handle it. So they're reaching out to mutual friends, fishing for information. They're asking casual questions, trying to find out what you're up to. They're pretending to be concerned about you when really they're just trying to maintain some form of access to your life. They're creating drama and chaos around you, hoping you'll reach out to them. They're doing anything and everything to stay connected to you in some way, because the thought of you completely moving on without them is unbearable. Some of you might even be dealing with someone who's escalating to scary levels, someone who's showing up places they know you'll be, someone who's driving by your house, someone who's contacting your family members, someone who's spreading lies about you to damage your reputation, someone who's trying to interfere with your job or your finances. This is what happens when a controller loses control. They don't accept it gracefully. They fight it with everything they have. They're also dealing with consequences from all that spiritual work they were doing. Remember those rituals. Remember those spells. All of that is backfiring on them now. They're probably having nightmares. They're probably seeing things. They're probably feeling haunted. The darkness they tried to send at you is consuming them instead. And instead of taking responsibility and backing off, they're doubling down. They're getting more desperate. They're trying more extreme measures. And that's making their karma even worse. But here's what they don't realize. Every obsessive action they take is actually evidence against them. Every fake account they create, every time they show up somewhere they shouldn't be, every lie they spread, every attempt to interfere with your life, it's all building a case. If you need to get a restraining order, you'll have receipts. If you need to prove a pattern of harassment, you'll have documentation. They think they're maintaining control, but they're actually destroying themselves. Every move they make is another nail in their own coffin. Some of you are dealing with family dynamics in this situation. Either their family or your family, or both, are somehow involved in the manipulation. And this is adding another layer of complexity to an already difficult situation. Maybe this person's family never liked you. Maybe they saw you as a threat. Maybe they participated in making you feel small or unwelcome. Maybe they were part of the campaign to isolate you and control you. Some of you dealt with an entire toxic family system, not just one person. And now that you're leaving, that whole family might be coming at you with pressure and manipulation. Or maybe it's even worse. Maybe this person managed to turn your own family against you. Maybe they manipulated your family members into thinking you're the problem. Maybe they've convinced your parents or siblings that you're making a mistake by leaving. Maybe they're using your family to get information about you or to pressure you to go back. This happens more than people realize. Skilled manipulators know how to turn your own people against you. There might also be something about money or inheritance involving family. Maybe there's life insurance or property or assets that this person is trying to get access to. Maybe family members are involved in trying to make sure this person gets what they think they're entitled to. Some of you are dealing with people who literally stayed with you because of financial gain they were expecting from your family. Family doesn't automatically mean they have your best interests at heart. Blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. Just because someone is related to you doesn't mean they're for you. And sometimes the people who should be protecting you are the ones exposing you to danger. You have permission to distance yourself from family members who are participating in your manipulation. You have permission to set boundaries, even if it means going against family expectations. Your safety and your destiny are more important than keeping toxic family members comfortable. If you have to walk this path feeling misunderstood by relatives, so be it. If you have to make decisions that disappoint people, so be it. This is your life, this is your peace, this is your future, and you can't sacrifice that to please people who don't understand what you're going through. But remember this, your ancestors in the spiritual realm understand, the ones who came before you, who are watching over you, who are fighting for you. They see the big picture. They know why you had to leave. They know what you're being protected for. They know what you're walking into. And they're proud of you for having the courage to choose yourself, even when the living relatives don't get it. Some of you are dealing with someone who is escalating beyond manipulation into actual danger. Someone who has become so obsessed, so unhinged, so desperate that they might try to harm you physically. This is not an exaggeration. This is not me trying to scare you. This is me warning you about something real that some of you need to hear. When someone has been using spiritual practices to control you, when they've invested money and time into keeping you bound, when they're experiencing a complete mental breakdown because they're losing you, they can become dangerous, especially if they're the type of person who sees violence as a solution, especially if they're the type who would rather see you destroyed than see you happy with someone else. They've convinced themselves that they're the victim. They've rewritten the entire relationship in their head to make you the bad person. They've justified everything they did as necessary because you were the problem. And now in their twisted logic, whatever they do to you is justified because you hurt them first. This is how dangerous people think. This is how they rationalize extreme actions. Some of you are seeing warning signs that you're trying to rationalize away. You're getting messages that feel threatening, but you're telling yourself they don't really mean it. You're noticing them showing up in places they shouldn't be, but you're convincing yourself it's coincidence. You're hearing from friends that this person is asking disturbing questions about you, but you're dismissing it. Stop doing that. Trust what you're seeing. Trust what you're feeling. Your intuition is screaming at you for a reason. If you're getting threatening messages, screenshot them. If they're showing up at your house or your job uninvited, document it. If they're following you, tell people and keep records. If they're contacting you through multiple accounts after you blocked them, save the evidence. If they're spreading malicious lies designed to destroy your reputation or isolate you, keep receipts. You might need all of this for legal protection. Some of you might need to get a restraining order. Some of you might need to involve law enforcement. Some of you might need to change your routine, your route to work, even your phone number or address. These are serious measures, but they're necessary when you're dealing with someone who has lost touch with reality. Don't dismiss your gut feeling if it's telling you this person is dangerous. Starseeds, they never expected this. The technology used to suppress consciousness has been reverse-engineered, and Destiny Engine is the result. What was once used against humanity is now your ascension weapon. You can now MK Ultra yourself into 5D superpowers. Destiny Engine bypasses the conscious mind and rewrites the source code directly. Reality bends faster. Synchronicities stack. Your nervous system upgrades to a higher bandwidth. Put on headphones. Press play. That's all. For $1 you switch sides of history. Click the link in the description. The takeover is internal. The practitioners that your ex has been working with are starting to refuse to help them, and this is making your ex absolutely frantic because they're running out of options. They're running out of people willing to do the dark work they need done to try to control you. When spiritual workers who have any kind of integrity look at this situation, they can see what's really going on. They can see that this person is fighting against divine will. They can see that you were never meant to be with this person. They can see that the universe itself is breaking the binding that was put on you. And spiritual workers who understand how the universe operates know better than to go to war with destiny. So when your ex shows up demanding that they bind you again, demanding that they make the spell stronger, demanding that they do whatever it takes to bring you back, these workers are saying no. Some of them are flat out refusing to take the money. Some of them are warning your ex about the consequences of what they're trying to do. Some of them are telling them that they need to let you go before they make things worse for themselves. But your ex isn't listening. They're getting angry at these spiritual workers. They're accusing them of not being powerful enough. They're claiming that these workers took their money and didn't deliver results. They're demanding refunds. They're threatening to expose these workers. They're creating drama in the spiritual community because they can't accept that what they're trying to do is impossible. When the practitioners who are willing to do dark work on your behalf are now refusing to continue, that tells you everything you need to know. These aren't people with high moral standards. These are people who are willing to manipulate someone's free will for money. But even they can see that you're under protection. They can't penetrate. Even they can see that continuing to work against you would bring consequences onto themselves. So your ex is getting more desperate. They're seeking out less experienced workers. They're finding people who don't know what they're doing. They're working with practitioners who are willing to take their money but don't have the skill or power to actually affect you. And all this is doing is making things worse for your ex. Because every failed ritual, every unsuccessful spell, every binding that doesn't work is confirming what they don't want to accept. You're gone, you're free, you're protected, and there's nothing they can do about it. Some practitioners are even telling your ex that what's happening to them now is karmic backlash from what they've already done. They're experiencing the consequences of trying to control someone against their will. They're dealing with the spiritual debt they accumulated, and the only way to make it stop is to release you completely, apologize to the universe for what they tried to do, and accept the lesson they're being taught. But your ex isn't interested in lessons. They're not interested in growth. They're not interested in accountability. They just want you back under their control, and that's why they're going to keep experiencing consequences until they either learn or completely destroy themselves, trying to fight what can't be fought. This person is moving beyond just trying to get you back. They're starting to think about more extreme measures. Some of you are dealing with someone who is genuinely considering doing something drastic, something that could put you in real danger, and I need you to take this seriously. When someone becomes this obsessed, when someone has invested this much in controlling you, when someone feels like they're losing everything because you're walking away, they can snap. They can reach a point where their thinking becomes so distorted that they convince themselves that extreme action is justified. This is when people become truly dangerous. Your ex might be thinking about ways to force you to interact with them. Maybe they're planning to show up at your home or your workplace and create a scene. Maybe they're planning to confront the person you're seeing. Maybe they're planning some kind of public spectacle designed to embarrass you or force your hand. These are calculated attempts to disrupt your peace and pull you back into their chaos. But some of you are dealing with someone whose thoughts are going even darker, someone who is so consumed by the idea of control that they're considering ways to make you dependent on them again. Maybe they're thinking about ways to sabotage your living situation so you have nowhere else to go. Maybe they're planning to interfere with your job so you need them financially. Maybe they're even considering more sinister options. While they're plotting in the darkness, you're being guided in the light. While they're scheming about how to control you, the universe is orchestrating your protection. While they're planning their next move, your ancestors are already 10 steps ahead, making sure you're safe. You're not walking through this alone. You're not unprotected. You're not at their mercy. You're seeing this person for exactly who they are for the first time. All the illusions are gone. All the manipulation is visible. All the lies are exposed. You're looking at them with completely clear eyes, and you can't believe you didn't see it before. You're recontextualizing every memory. Every sweet moment you thought was genuine, you now recognize as calculated. Every kind gesture you thought was love, you now see as manipulation. Every time they made you feel special, you now understand they were just mirroring what you wanted to see. The whole relationship is being reframed in your mind, and it's painful but necessary. You're probably angry at them for playing you, angry at yourself for falling for it, angry at the time you lost, angry at the opportunities you missed. That anger is valid, it's part of the process, but don't let it consume you. Channel it into fuel, use it to keep moving forward, let it remind you why you can never go back. And let me stop you from going down the road of self-blame. You're probably asking yourself how you didn't see this sooner, how you let this happen, how you believed their lies for so long. But you need to understand something. You're not stupid. You were manipulated by someone skilled at manipulation. You were targeted by someone who studied you and learned exactly how to trap you. This wasn't a fair fight. They were using tactics you didn't even know existed. The fact that you eventually woke up proves how strong you are. Some people never wake up. Some people stay trapped in these dynamics their entire lives. Some people go to their graves never recognizing they were manipulated. But you woke up, you saw the truth. You chose freedom. That takes incredible strength. Now you're seeing them as a liar, a manipulator, a controller, a predator who targeted you specifically. And that clarity, as painful as it is your protection. Because you can't go back to someone you see clearly. They might try to love bomb you again. They might try to be sweet and apologetic and promise they've changed. But you'll see through it now. You'll recognize the pattern. You'll know it's just another tactic. The truth has set you free. Not just the truth about who they are, but the truth about who you are. You're stronger than they wanted you to believe. You're more powerful than they made you feel. You're more valuable than they treated you. And as you step into this truth, as you own this clarity, your whole life is about to shift. People who were aligned with your old frequency are going to fall away. People aligned with your new frequency are going to show up. You're about to enter different rooms, have different conversations, pursue different opportunities. Your whole life is about to shift because you shifted. Your whole reality is about to change because you changed. Your whole future is about to open up because you opened your eyes. This is the power of truth. This is the power of clarity. This is the power of seeing things as they really are instead of as you wished they were. You're walking into the most powerful season of your life. Everything you've been through, all the pain, all the manipulation, all the confusion, it was all preparation for what's coming. You're about to step into levels of success, abundance, love and purpose that would have been impossible with that person in your life. There is a divine union waiting for you. A real partnership built on mutual respect, genuine love, authentic connection. Someone who sees your value and celebrates it instead of trying to diminish it. Someone who supports your dreams instead of sabotaging them. Someone who wants to see you elevated instead of controlled. This person is coming, or they're already here. And when you come together with this person, when you step into that union, you're going to create something powerful. Not just a relationship, but something that has purpose, something that has impact. Maybe you're going to build a business together. Maybe you're going to create content that reaches millions. Maybe you're going to have children who are meant to do something significant. Maybe you're going to minister to people who are going through what you went through. Whatever it is, this union has a divine assignment attached to it. When you connect with this person, you're going to feel the difference immediately. No confusion, no anxiety, no drama, no manipulation, just clarity, just peace, just growth, just genuine love and partnership. You're going to look back at what you tolerated before and be amazed that you thought that was normal. You're going to be grateful beyond measure that you found the strength to walk away. And here's what's powerful. This divine counterpart isn't just going to love you. They're going to help you step into your purpose. They're going to see gifts in you that were suppressed under your ex's control. They're going to encourage you to pursue dreams you had given up on. They're going to celebrate your success instead of being threatened by it. They're going to be a partner in the truest sense. Your ex can watch from the sidelines as you flourish. They can see you happy and thriving and building something beautiful with someone else. They can see everything they tried to prevent actually happening, and there's nothing they can do about it, because you're protected, you're aligned, you're operating on a frequency they can't access anymore. As you step into alignment with your purpose, as you connect with your divine union, money is going to start flowing differently. Opportunities you couldn't see before are going to open up. Income streams are going to multiply. Doors are going to unlock that were previously closed. Some of you are about to launch businesses that become very successful. Some of you are about to step into leadership roles that come with significant increases in income. Some of you are about to receive opportunities to create content or write books or build brands that generate wealth. Some of you are about to connect with people who are going to invest in your vision. This is part of your destiny. And the person who was draining you financially is going to watch you prosper. They're going to see you building wealth. They're going to see you making moves. They're going to see you step into abundance. And they're going to regret ever letting you go, not because they love you, but because they're realizing what they lost access to. You're about to experience levels of financial freedom you've never known. You're about to see provision come from unexpected places. You're about to witness the favor that comes when you align with your purpose. And all of this was waiting for you. It was just blocked by the wrong connection. Now that you've removed that blockage, the floodgates are opening. Chosen ones, we're at the end of this message, but we're at the beginning of your breakthrough. Everything I've told you is real. Everything I've warned you about is happening. But here's what I need you to walk away understanding. You're untouchable now. You're operating on a different frequency. You're protected by forces your ex can't comprehend. Yes, they're obsessed. Yes, they're plotting. Yes, they're dangerous. But they have no real power over you anymore. Every attempt they make to control you is failing. Every ritual they try is backfiring. Every manipulation tactic is exposing them. They're fighting a battle they've already lost. You broke generational curses by walking away. You set new standards for what you'll accept. You chose yourself when choosing yourself was the hardest thing you could do. You trusted truth over comfort. You chose freedom over familiarity. That takes a level of strength they'll never understand. And now you're walking into the most powerful season of your life. Divine union is forming. Financial abundance is flowing. Purpose is activating. Destiny is manifesting. Everything you've been through was preparation for what's coming. Your ex thought they were destroying you, but they were actually training you for victory. So keep moving forward. Keep healing. Keep growing. Keep protecting yourself. Keep pursuing your purpose. Your only job is to stay in your lane and let the universe handle the rest. While they're spiraling in karma, you're ascending into destiny. While they're experiencing consequences, you're experiencing favor. That's the real victory. Not that you hurt them back, not that you got revenge, not that you made them pay, but that you freed yourself, that you chose yourself, that you saved yourself, and in doing so, you stepped into everything you were created for. Your ex can sit in their obsession, in their madness, in their consequences, plotting on how to control you again. But you'll be so far ahead, so elevated, so aligned with your purpose, that their energy won't even be able to reach you anymore. You'll be operating on a frequency they can't access. You'll be living a life they can't interfere with. You'll be fulfilling a destiny they couldn't stop. So go be great, go be free, go be powerful, go be protected, go be blessed, go be exactly who you were meant to be before they tried to make you small. The universe is waiting for you. Your ancestors are celebrating you. Your divine counterpart is preparing for you. Your destiny is calling you. It's a lot going on when it comes to you. That's because you're important, you're significant, you matter, and everybody in the spiritual realm knows it. Now it's time for you to fully know it too. Walk in that knowing, walk in that power, walk in that truth. You are a chosen one, and chosen ones always win in the end, always.